welcome to Chinwag with the Horsemen. I'm Andrew.
I'm Mayberry.
I'm James.
And I'm Casey.
We're so glad that you're joining us wherever you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube as well. This episode, because of me, is not going to be a video episode. I have a laptop that I use for work and for this, and forgot it at work. So won't have any video of me, so we're just going to do the banner or whatever on the YouTube. So you won't be able to see our beautiful faces this week, but you can still listen to the dulcet tones of our wonderful voices. We are glad that you're listening. We're available wherever the finest podcasts in the world are sold or delivered, however they do that. And you can also contact us. We love to hear from our listeners and the fine folks at home. So, Barry, if they wanted to email us, what email address would they use?
andrewsfeetpic@gmail.com.
That's true, but not for that. For the podcast.
Oh! I thought we were selling your feet pics.
No, that's a different thing.
Oh, sorry. Casey'sFakePrescriptions.com.
Oh man.
That will also get us, but that's not for this.
So we want the Horsemen.
Yeah, the Horsemen.
Chinwag with Horsemen at gmail.com.
That's right. That's the one we wanted. Say it one more time for the fine people, Barry.
Chinwag with Horsemen .com.
So close.
Oh my gosh.
So that is chinwagwithhorsemen at gmail.com. We'll remind the listeners once again that Barry created that email address.
He created it and immediately forgot everything about it.
Casey, on normal times when we record, we do the video. Mm-hmm. If somebody wanted to watch the video or go back and watch some of the video archives, where would they go to do that?
I mean, wait, hold on. Wait. You just spent 20 minutes, it feels like, talking about how we ain't going to do the YouTube. Then you want Casey to promote the YouTube? Well, after you promoted it for the first 10 minutes of this podcast?
We have a long list of archived videos. This might be a new listener to the podcast, and they want to see what we've had done in the past.
Exactly. So, to answer your question, go to myspace.com/horseman, and it'll take you right there, right to it.
Oh, man.
Or just go to YouTube and search in Chinwag with the Horseman, and it'll pull up our whole channel.
That's right. And you do have to make sure that you put Horseman because of Paul Giamatti, who is the arch nemesis of Chinwag with the Horseman. But last but not least, we do have a Twitter that is not active at all. But James, if somebody wanted to read the 5 or 6 tweets that are on that, where would they go?
They can go to X and hit us up at Chinwag Horseman.
I forget about the X thing.
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of like the threads. I don't know what those are. Like
the threads?
Yeah, it's a new thing that Meta has put out. It's like Twitter, but I don't know.
Meta's Facebook, right?
Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat, maybe.
Okay.
The New World Order.
This will just be one more service that I don't use.
Exactly. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good to know.
There you go.
So, kind of an exciting night here. Kind of an exciting podcast show we've got lined up here. Some cool stuff we've been playing around with. We've got a new way to do a question of the week, and we're going to try it out and see how it goes. But we were talking about these questions, and I did want to ask something just really quickly, because I saw a meme and it said, "Imagine in your mind that Dr. Phil is running towards you full speed." Really? Okay. Nobody thinks that's hilarious?
Just
am I supposed to duck or
no?
Is he what's he running at me for?
Yeah.
Unclear.
Is he smiling? Like, oh man, I'm so glad to see you. I want to give you a hug, man.
No, he is barreling down on you foaming at the mouth.
Oh man, with his
Hey, I tell you what,
tie.
you don't know if he's happy or unhappy, but he is foaming at the mouth. That's what you know.
So neutral.
I imagine he as soon as he starts running, it's like Vince McMahon climbing into the ring at that Royal Rumble where Batista and Cena both went over, and like you couldn't plan that any better. And he blows both of his quads. Yeah, that's what I imagine. Dr. Phil being like, "I'm going to run," and just both of them blowing out. I mean,
did he just get in the ring
instantly,
and his quads both snapped?
Yeah, he slides in the ring and goes to stand up, and it's like, and just kind of collapses and sits there. Like it's just it's the weirdest thing ever.
Steroids.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Well, so I came across a video about Uncle Phil. Wait, hold on. Uncle Phil was the voice of Shredder from the 1980s Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
I'm just saying, it popped in my head. But Dr. Phil,
okay,
leave it alone. Dr. Phil brought a guy on that was like he would go out and film homeless people fighting.
Yes,
and
the bum fights guy. Yeah, he showed up dressed as Dr. Phil and pretty much explained to him, "You do the same thing I do."
Yeah,
and he got removed from the show.
Yep.
Like, that was funny.
So Dr. Phil, I don't know. I think I would probably step to the right because he could not change directions and then probably just trip him. just see how far he rolls away from me.
I like the idea that he couldn't change directions. The momentum is just too great.
That's just okay. Yeah, like that's a weird meme. I don't know where like you'd get that from, but
I don't remember where I saw it, but it was really funny because I immediately imagined it and it made me laugh. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. James, take us away with the question of the week.
All right. So the Boo Bear question of the week, and you guys haven't seen it because I just randomly picked it.
That's right.
All right.
We've not. This will be live reactions.
Live reactions. All right. Here we go. Would you rather sit through a Star Wars marathon or a Lord of the Rings marathon?
I have many questions.
All right.
All right. So, what are we talking about here? Because Star Wars is TV shows, movies. What are we talking about?
Just the movies.
So,
right, because Lord of the Rings has, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and then they've got the Hobbit, and they've got, the cartoon.
One. Yeah.
I know Star Wars has more property stuff out there, but just strictly the movies.
So we're talking movies that have been released in theaters.
Yes.
And you watch them all.
Yep.
Wait, okay. So we can pause it, we can rewind it, can we fast forward it?
No. Why would you want to fast forward it?
Well, no, I'm just asking, like it's the normal function of I'm gonna sit down and watch this movie.
It's in the theater, Andre. You're just in a theater, you can't fast forward it. Some dude's running the camera for you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like I could, get up and go use the bathroom.
But it pauses while you're gone.
You can do that at a regular theater.
It pauses while you're gone.
I know you can't, but I'm just asking the question of like, I'm not having to just sit straight through and watching either one of these for a day and a half.
I think you've got to see every bit of it though. You can't skip it.
There's a pressure switch on your seat, so that the movies are only playing while you're sitting down.
Oh well, that's fine. Okay, then I'm choosing Lord of the Rings.
So you can take stretch breaks, but it's going to just pick up right where you left off.
Because I don't think I could do Jar Jar Binks.
There's much worse than that now, I agree.
Yeah, there's a lot worse.
Yeah,
so, like my only question is, do we have to watch all of them? Like, I mean, Lord of the Rings is 3 movies. If we don't include The Hobbit, which I don't think is what is intended in this question. So, like, to save you some time, Lord of the Rings is the way to go because it's 3 movies. It's not that long because Star Wars is 9 movies if we do all of that. Or can we break it up into 3 movie chunks and just watch, the good Star Wars movies?
No, all of them.
If you can't fast forward, you can't skip movies.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
So Star Wars is going to be
You got to take
3,
the good
6,
and the bad.
9, 10, 11 movies. 12.
It's 9,
12 movies. Because you've got episode 1, 2, 3. You've got Star Wars Rogue One. You've got 4, 5, 6. You've got Solo. You've got 7, 8, 9.
Let's just stick it to the main continuity Star Wars story.
That's fair enough.
Not
Just
Rogue One and Solo. Not these Disney cash grabs that have watered down and destroyed the continuity of Star Wars.
So I would say then let's eliminate 7, 8, 9.
Let's eliminate 1, 2, and 3 and just watch the good ones.
Well, but 1, 2, and 3 are so much better now. It's not even funny than they were because 7, 8, 9 are so terrible. But I think it's fair to do the George Lucas live action movies and the Peter Jackson live action movies.
Okay.
And I think you have to do the extended editions of Lord of the Rings because
you're gonna be there for a while.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still fine with doing Lord of the Rings, even if it is the extended versions, because like, just 7, 8, 9 Star Wars were just atrocious. I mean,
yeah, but we've eliminated them.
So just 6 movies.
It's just George Lucas.
Just George Lucas, the 6 movies. I can
1, 2, 3,
tolerate.
4, 5,
I can
6.
tolerate 1, 2, 3, and 4, or 1, 2, and 3, dealing with Jar Jar because after the first one, he kind of gets minimized a little bit.
He's not done very much after that.
Lisa loves you. Misa Jar Jar Binks.
Wow.
So funny because it's kind of quiet. So you sound like you're locked outside going, Misa loves you.
Misa wants to come back inside.
It's so cold out here. I'm freezing.
Oh man.
It's so cold. Misa Jar Jar Binks.
So for me, I love Star Wars. George Lucas Star Wars. I love it. But I do think objectively that the Lord of the Rings movies are better movies. So I'm going to go with Lord of the Rings.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking too. Lord of the Rings, I mean, if it was just, 4, 5, and 6 for Star Wars, that would be more of a difficult thing for me. But I definitely think Lord of the Rings, just because Disney has ruined Star Wars so much.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Although I did see a meme talking about how Uncle Owen told his wife that he would paint the ceiling the next day, and then 22 years later in A New Hope, it still wasn't painted. I think he did that in like Clone Wars. He was like, I'll paint the ceiling, don't worry. And then 22 years later in A New Hope, it still wasn't painted. I thought that was funny.
All right, Casey. Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
I like Lord of the Rings, but they're great movies, great, stories. But I do like Star Wars, and I could sit through the first movies, the prequels, to watch the originals. Which the prequels, like you say, looking back, aren't as bad maybe now. That I'm gonna pick Star Wars. There's
a story that Jim Cornette tells, and I may have told this before, but I think it illustrates what's happened with Star Wars perfectly. He said that Ole Anderson once told him, Cornette, I used to think you were and I'm gonna definitely use cleaner language, but Cornette, I used to think you were an idiot. But so many other idiots have come along since you've climbed the ladder without really doing anything. So I feel like that's what happened with Star Wars prequels. I used to think they were terrible, but so many worse things have come out. It's hard to not think they're a little bit better.
I mean, the only good thing that came out of Star Wars, Episode 1 was, Darth Maul.
Darth Maul was sweet.
And then, they killed him off immediately. It's like, he's a strong character. He's got to go.
He come back later, though, right? In the expanded stuff.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. They gave him robotic legs.
Because he, got cut in half and everything.
Yeah.
Which actually goes along with the whole, the books. Well, the animated series, he got robotic legs and stuff. And the Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yep.
Oh, I thought we was talking about the...
I was just the expanded stuff, yeah.
But has he not came back in...
I don't think he's in any of the live action stuff anymore, as far as I know.
He made a cameo in the Solo movie.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I didn't watch that, but I've seen that.
I didn't watch Solo either.
But I thought he was also in, what was Anakin's Apprentices?
Ahsoka, he was, but that wasn't live action.
He hasn't made it into Ahsoka live action?
There's the live action Ahsoka.
Was he in that? I don't know about that. I didn't watch that either.
So.
I just
ain't got a clue.
Like how Rosalind Dawson is pretty much everything in Disney now.
You mean Rosario Dawson?
Yeah, sorry, butchered the name.
Well, that's good. What else is she in besides Ahsoka?
Well, like she did Daredevil.
Oh yeah, she did. She was in Daredevil. She was pretty good in Daredevil.
Then she jumped to Jessica Jones. Then she was in the Defenders. Then she became like Iron Fist buddy and Luke Cage's girlfriend.
She was just the plot point that tied everybody together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now she's Ahsoka, and then she was Ahsoka in The Mandalorian.
All right, so now here we go. Here's the real Boo Bear question of the week, everybody. All right. What's your favorite breakfast cereal as a kid? And what is it now?
I'll go first because mine's easy. I didn't eat breakfast cereal then. I don't eat it now.
You're lame. You got to start the morning with just pure sugar and milk.
Well,
lame.
I like the Reese's. The Reese's cereal. I don't know if they still make it anymore or not.
The Reese's Puffs?
Yeah. Is it still a thing?
I don't know.
It was awesome from what I remember.
I
don't know. But now I just eat my kids' cereal, whatever they got. It's usually pretty good stuff. Got some Lucky Charms or something. I don't know.
Reese's Puffs. Yeah, they still make them.
Nice.
Yeah.
You remember the rap from the 90s?
No, I do not remember that.
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puff, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. It's from the commercial.
Nice.
You just made that up, didn't you?
I did not.
Yes,
No,
he did. 100%. That was made up.
You're known
Totally made
for
up.
raps all the time.
That's true. I do make up a lot of raps.
Rapping Andrew.
He's our white rabbit here.
Oh, man.
All right, everybody, what cereal are you eating?
Well, back in when I was a child, I always went for I had a couple, but man, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch was always a good one. Now I think it's plain Jane Cheerios with cinnamon, or apple Cheerios.
How's that plain Jane Cheerios? Like it has a flavor in there.
Well, I mean it's Cheerios.
Okay. Oh, mine's Waffle Crisp. Like it was awesome. It was less like eating straight maple syrup that like cut the roof of your mouth. I mean, just absolutely shredded it. And Cocoa Puffs. I still eat Cocoa Puffs. They've got mini Cocoa Puffs now. They're like this big, which means I can eat 1,000 of them in a bowl. It's great. That's all I had for dinner tonight was Cocoa Puffs.
I also go with Apple Jacks.
Honestly, I am an adult, but I just ate cereal for dinner. That was it.
You can do that as an adult, and no one can stop you.
I did it as a child, just after everybody went to sleep. So, yeah.
Well, now it's time for the main event, gentlemen.
The main event. This is what everybody's really been waiting for.
Heart Kid versus, and boy, do we have a humdinger of a match tonight.
Here we
now
go.
Let's review the rules. Both of these people will be in their physical prime, which I guess is going to vary.
Heart Kid's just always the same though.
He's always as he appeared on Captain Planet, and I guess maybe our opponent today will need to be probably the same age. We'll say that.
No, I think we put her at 36.
Is that the age of physical peakness?
I hope not, because it's all downhill from here, boys.
Yeah, I was about to say, geez.
Well, no.
Yeah,
no,
let's put this person. Abray's already revealed it's a female at the same age.
No,
Okay.
I don't know that Heart Kid's fought too many females, has he?
I don't think so.
No.
But so the rules are they're in a standard WWE ring, surrounded by an elimination chamber cage. So they can't get out of the cage. You can't climb over the top or anything. You have to knock your opponent out or cause them to submit. All right, so you've got the Heart Kid, Mati, from Captain Planet, and he is armed with the Heart Ring. Is the monkey with him?
Oh, yeah.
It's standard equipment. It's
okay. So the monkey's with him.
If you have a companion.
Okay, fair enough. So the opponent is, drumroll please, Helen Keller. This was suggested to us after our discussion on Helen Keller. It was suggested that she might make a good opponent for the Heart Kid. So we are going with that. And I realize that mostly we've done fictional characters up until now, but Helen Keller was a fictional character, so it's probably fine.
So does Helen Keller have her companion, her interpreter with her or whatever? Or is it just her?
They went everywhere together. So it's like
for
Monty and the monkey.
Years.
So there you go. It's Monty and the monkey versus Helen Keller and her
whatever.
Well, it's a teacher mentor, but I don't want to call her what she probably really was. The extorter.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Hang on a minute. I'm trying to get that girl's, the extorter's name for
Annie Sullivan.
That's right.
Anne
so
Sullivan.
To answer a question here.
Hey, Bray, quick there with that.
She was partially blind, Anne Sullivan, and without reading or writing skills.
But yet she could understand and interpret for a deaf, dumb, and mute person.
So wait, how old are we putting Helen Keller?
12.
Okay, hang on a minute. How old was Helen Keller when?
So she was
7
when she went to school for the deaf, and then 16 when she joined Cambridge School for the young ladies in Mass.
You're talking about Anne Sullivan.
No, I'm talking about Keller.
Okay, let's see. Sullivan. Let's see. Helen Keller would have met her in 1887. So yeah, James, you're right. She was 7 when she came along. So yes, she would have Sullivan. So on the Wikipedia, it says she couldn't read but there's a picture of her supposedly reading to Helen Keller. So, you know.
Like I said, the extortion.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, question. Is Ann Sullivan in the ring an active participant, or is she like Paul Heyman and just
Like
kind
a
of
manager.
I mean, we've allowed the monkey to be in the ring and an active participant, so I think she should be allowed in and
how much help would
allowed
she
to
be?
participate as well. Yeah,
She's
because
just
you
yelling from outside the ring. Is that going to help?
just the image that just popped in my head of a woman standing on the side of a ring yelling at a poor disabled person in the ring to stick and move and float like a butterfly.
Stick it. Keep your hands up.
And if she's blind too, she would have no way to know if she's following her advice or not.
Exactly.
Good job.
No, when hand signals wouldn't work either, So I mean, there's just nothing. She's got to be in the ring with her.
There's out there, yeah. She's got to be in the ring with her. Like she's partially blind, which means it might just be one eye. So
I did just came across something that was very interesting on my search about Helen Keller. Supposedly, the reason she lost all this was when she was 19 months. She got very sick and did not get what she needed to treat it. So she lost her hearing and her sight. But then when she was 16, she got an operation that restored her sight.
Well, good thing this is 4 years before that operation. So
I'm just saying she got her sight back. And then she also learned how to talk.
All right, so what are you thinking? Because I've got my own theory of this, of how this would actually go down.
Where did you see about that operation?
It was just on Google search because I put I asked Google Helen Keller doing at 12 years old.
What was Helen Keller doing at 12?
She was sitting in the middle of a field and shrieking, probably.
Was she schooling kids on the basketball court?
Well, it was just
just breaking ankles left and right.
If I could bring up a timeline on what she was doing,
she was. No man.
So like that's what I wanted to see, which gave me what her accomplishments was and stuff. So.
So this is interesting. So it does seem like I had never heard that about the surgery before, but it says some sight was restored. So she's not got 20/20 vision or anything.
Did she have what? 5 and 1,000?
Probably.
So maybe some hand signals from outside the ring might be effective.
There's no way she could read hand signals.
We'd have to bump her up to 16 though. We're doing it at 12.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So at age 6. She was seen by Alexandria Graham Bell, the guy who created the phone.
Do you mean Alexander Graham Bell?
Yeah, thank you.
Did you know he wanted people to answer the phone and go, ahoy, hoy? That's why whenever Monty Burns answers the phone, that's how he answers it.
You guys don't answer the phone that way?
I do sometimes. And whenever I get like a telemarketer on the phone, I tell them they have to talk louder because I'm wearing a towel. So, more Simpsons references for you people.
Good stuff.
You need to watch more Simpsons. They're great. Everything up until like season 26.
Okay.
All right, Barry. Do you want to go first on Heart Kid versus Helen Keller?
What you got, Come on.
Sorry. I'm reading here. So what the ground rules? The teacher is outside the ring.
No, she's in like ring. The monkey.
All right, so she's in the ring. So, and she's partially blind.
Yes.
Helen Keller's completely blind.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like the old playground rules. The monkey runs behind Helen. The hot kid pushes her over.
I mean, the monkey is this big. I mean, it's not a giant monkey. Like that monkey gets crushed, and Monty's like, oh, and then
then he's sad and distracted because the monkey's dead or injured.
And then Ann Sullivan whacks him upside the head with a chair, and it's an unprotected chair shot. And well, there we go. Helen wins.
Well, see, no. I mean,
there's a dead monkey in the ring and an unconscious kid.
I don't know. I think this is probably the closest.
One person who doesn't have a clue what's going on in the world, and a person standing there holding a chair.
I think this would be the closest Hot Kid versus. But I gotta play the Tiny Tim thing. I think Hot Kid uses the ring to heal them, and then I think Helen Keller will go into a violent rage and beats the crap out of the Hot Kid.
Is he healing her blindness and deafness?
Well, it says that he can use his ring to stimulate, that's like give them the healing properties that they need to heal their bodies.
So then she goes berserk and rips him apart.
The sensory overload probably would drive her crazy.
Well, all right, okay. So when we decided on this scenario, I said I know how this is going to play out, but I didn't share it with you guys. All right. So now I'm going to share it. Okay. Here's what happens. All right. Monty goes to heal Helen. Nothing happens because she's faking it. And to completely keep the cover going, they beat the brakes off of Monty. And then they go right back to doing the stick of like, she's deaf and blind. Like, we got to make money somehow, and this is it. Sorry this poor kid died. So
people would buy that, though, because they buy that she flew an airplane. So they'll definitely buy that she beat up a teenager.
Yeah, totally what happened. So and you know Sullivan's going to spin it some PR way to get presser. He had a wild monkey and he jumped us. He had a knife. Look at his skin color. Like,
oh man!
Oh my goodness! So what?
Did you see? He's from South America or something.
Yeah, looky there.
What you're saying is
because I mean, Helen was what 1809.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
What you're saying is that they will play Eddie Guerrero. Well, they would lie, cheat, and steal.
I mean, they're pulling the whole Eddie Guerrero stick the whole time.
So they was they was Eddie before Eddie.
Yep.
And Monty is just some unlucky kid that stumbled into the laboratory and was like, oh, she can see. And they said, crap, we gotta silent him.
Yep.
And
he's collateral damage.
Okay, so here's how I think it would go. I agree that Monty would move in to heal Helen Keller. I don't think she was faking deafness and blindness, but I do think that they were faking everything else. So I think Annie Sullivan would see that he was moving to heal, put him in an arm bar, snap his arm.
That's her meal ticket right there. She can't.
That's exactly right. She's not going to let her get healed. So then she would pick him up and throw him into Helen Keller, who would then go into a rage and rip his face off of his skull while the monkey stands horrified.
The monkey's like not even a participant in this. He's just like,
no, he's petrified. He can't believe what he's saying.
The monkey's like, I need to get out of here. I'm next.
Can I change something?
Can't believe what he's saying. That's pretty.
The monkey is stricken blind from the horrific events he just witnessed.
It's some kind of psychotic blindness now. He can't see.
Go ahead, Barry.
I think I know how mine would play out. So he would go into heal, and Sullivan would walk up and prison stabbed him several times. And then, like, Monty would stumble into Helen, who would just, like, hold him as he dies. And then they'd be like, oh my goodness, Helen killed Monty and wins the fight.
Does Ann Sullivan have a knife with her?
Who knows? I mean,
it's the 1800s. Everybody did.
Everybody's got a knife.
She probably had a gun.
Maybe.
Helen probably had a gun.
She's
That's
older
exactly
than
who you want carrying a gun. I'll tell you that.
a deaf person.
She was Annie Oakley.
Man, I don't know. I can't think of any other scenarios that are better than the ones you guys have come up with. Oh man, I like they're all good. The one where Monty's going to heal her, but there's no healing to be done because she's faking it. So
That's the best one.
I don't know. I like yours too, Andrew. I'm going to heal her. Ann Sullivan stops it from happening because she's not able to let her source of income get away from her. So
James's is kind of like a classic wrestling swerve, and mine is sort of a heel turn for Annie Sullivan.
Yep.
Mine's like you gotta do whatever you can to protect the champion.
Got to protect that champion.
Yep.
Well,
oh man,
let's vote. Unless Casey, if you got anything else,
can't think of anything else. I can vote first if you want me to.
Go ahead. Let's vote.
Going with Helen Keller. She's obviously gonna win this. Either way it plays out. She's faking it. If she's not faking it, either way, Monty is doomed.
Hey Barry.
I mean, I was going on the verge of, this would be a lot closer, but then when we throw in another adult, I mean, Monteith is not going to win that because you got to protect that champion somehow. And I bet Ann Sullivan probably was carrying a switchblade or something, and just gut Monty real fast and then shove him into Helen, and Helen would just be there drawing, in Monty's blood on his hand going, I won.
James?
Oh, it's Helen Keller.
It's definitely Helen Keller. So a unanimous decision for Monty.
Man, Heart Kid can't even beat a blind person.
He can't buy a win.
Nope. He really can't.
I just thought about this, which it kind of calls back to our first Boo Bell question of the day. We should do Hot Kid versus Jar Jar Binks.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Because that'd be two people that everybody hates.
I mean, Jar Jar was a Sith Lord, so he would definitely kill Heart Kid.
Oh, clearly he would stick his tongue out and rip the Hot Kid's.
That is a fan theory, though. Is that he was a secret Sith Lord the whole time?
Yep, that's the reason why he was willing to give supreme, rule to Palpatine.
No. So. Oh, I get that. I'm just saying, he was also a frog-like mutant thing.
Yeah, and I mean, he would probably make it into some kind of comical event that just happens to lead to the demise of the Heart Kid.
He wouldn't
and just play it off. Yeah,
he wouldn't force lightning him to death or anything.
Right.
Misa uses Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah.
Misa so smart.
That would be what would happen. So. I mean,
sorry, it just popped in my head.
Well, we've got time for another match if we want to do Heart Kid versus Jar Jar.
Well, let's just do an easy Heart Kid one. Heart Kid versus Predator.
As long as he doesn't show himself as a threat, then the Predator wouldn't attack him. The monkey would get it. But no, so going back to Jar Jar Binks versus the Heart Kid, if Jar Jar Binks was an actual Sith Lord, the ring wouldn't work anyways in the presence of evil.
Even if he wasn't a Sith Lord, he defeated that robot army basically just by using drunk monkey kung fu. Like, Jar Jar would beat the Heart Kid.
Yeah, I think that would happen.
I'm pretty sure the bell would ring. The monkey would like hop up onto the kid's shoulder, and Jar Jar Binks would be like, "Ooh, fly, wham!" And the monkey would be gone because Jar Jar would eat it.
He probably would.
And then the Hot Kid be so shocked that his monkey companion is dead. Jar Jar would then walk over there, grab the Hot Kid's head, spin it backwards, and then walks away and goes, "Misa Jar Jar Binks," and then falls asleep.
Wow.
And they would wake up and then be yelling, "Annie, where's my Annie?" That's why he called Anakin Skywalker. Well, he also put little Annie. So.
Casey, thoughts on Jar Jar versus the Heart Kid?
So, does Jar Jar have anything with him? Is it just him? Just a regular old Jar Jar as we see him in episode 1?
Yep, standard equipment. So nothing.
Standard Jar Jar, nothing. He can. Yep.
Or we could put him in, episode 2 where he's like in his Santa outfit.
Still nothing though.
Still nothing. Just a Cinder outfit.
Well, man. I mean, I guess he would look funny.
I mean, in the films, he's shown to be quiet and competent, but he somehow still ends up coming out on top every time.
I mean, when you're a secret Force user, what do you expect?
Yeah, that's why it makes sense.
It does. I don't know. Jar Jar, he's not very violent in the movies. He's not like trying to kill humans or anything. So I don't know. I don't know if he would how he could accidentally defeat the Heart Kid. I don't know.
There's
no the rule is that
weird shenanigans would take place, and it would just ultimately lead to his demise.
He would.
The rule is that he immediately he immediately recognizes the Heart Kid as a threat.
That's true. Okay. Well,
so I guess he would try to run from him and somehow bounce off the ropes and wind up doing a Liu Kang kick across the ring by accident.
I was thinking he would run away, trip over the monkey's tail somehow. I don't know, and kick the monkey up in the air. He would bounce off the ropes, hit the Heart Kid right in the jugular. Boom! He's going down.
He's gone. Yeah,
he's
down and out.
I think he would like shoot out his tongue because he thinks the monkey is food. And as he shoots out his tongue, somehow the Hot Kid steps in front of it and it hits the Hot Kid in the head, and it rips off the Hot Kid's head, and that's how it happens.
Like Reptile from Mortal Kombat 2.
Fatality.
And that's how he would end the Hot Kid.
Now, how tall is Jar Jar?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll Google that.
Are we going to put Jar Jar at age 12, too? I mean, that might be a fair fight.
Who knows?
He's 6.
Who says Jar Jar wasn't 12 in the whole time frame of Star Wars?
He's 6'4".
Because
he's pretty big.
So he's my height.
He could age differently. Like,
my age faster.
Yeah.
He's about 20 in episode 1, it says.
So if he were physically, he's got the Heart Kid outmatched. No force powers or anything. He's just gonna just run all over the Heart Kid.
He's just gonna walk over there and pick the Hot Kid up and just slap him through the face a couple of times.
Yep.
With those big
good old paintbrush and move on with life.
With those big old ears.
How's that go one more time, Avery?
One more, eh? That's all the YouTube video is going to be is just Avery doing the Jar Jar ear slap.
Avery, I like one thing that you said is that Jar Jar would eat the monkey because we've seen him eat animals. In episode 1, he tried to eat that whatever it was hanging up in the desert, which is not a good idea.
Eat something you don't even Not even sure what it is.
Yeah, some kind of squirrel hanging up in the desert is probably not going to be very well preserved.
Wait, he did eat a fly, didn't he? Like, he ate a bug monster in one of the episodes because like the bug monster's there, and then like the next scene is him like chomping down a wing.
I have no memory of that.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I did hate Jar Jar Binks.
Knowing is half the battle.
I'm trying to read up more on Jar Jar Binks to see if there's anything else.
I'm sending to our group text a picture of him eating this creature in the market in the desert. It's like a frog that he's so clearly he will eat animals.
So he could straight up eat the monkey.
Straight up could eat the monkey.
Wouldn't that make Monty angry, you think? Like, wouldn't he be kind of...
But then his ring wouldn't work.
Some kind of berserker rage he would go into to defend his monkey or to avenge his monkey that was just by this guy.
No, he would go, like, the monkey would be eaten. He would turn to Jar Jar, then walk to the corner of the ring, kneel down, and start crying like a child. Because he is a child.
Because he is a kid.
And saying, why did this have to happen to my monkey?
I don't think so, Barry. I think I think he gets some kind of flash of all these many defeats he's had, and this is the straw that breaks the camel's back, and he just...
he has no concept of his record because we pluck him from time and space. Fresh every time.
He knows somehow that somehow this is not right, and his honor's been tarnished. He knows some way.
He then sees Anne Sullivan in the thing, hollers at her to throw him her switchblade, and then goes and stabs.
He goes into
Sullivan's switchblade,
Wolverine style berserker rage, and charges towards Jar Jar. I don't know what he's going to do when he gets there, though, because he's like 13 or whatever. But
it'd be that Dr. Phil thing that Andrew was talking about. The Hawk is just running as fast as he could. That Jar Jar steps to the left a little bit. Monty just runs straight into the ring post.
What kind of wrestling moves could he put him in? Is when a smaller wrestler is fighting a bigger wrestler? What kind of moves do they use?
Clearly he's going to go for the Hurricanrana.
100% the Hurricanrana.
And then
the Hurricanrana. What is this? You're going to tell me? I don't remember.
You get up, you wrap your legs around their head. So they put you in sort of a power bomb position so that your legs are around their head. You tighten down on it and you flip back so that the momentum causes them to fall. Flying head scissors is similar, but they would do that too.
So he's going to be a little Rey Mysterio style. That would be his moves if he was a wrestler.
That's
the only choice he has.
He don't really have any fighting ability. So I don't know. That's all he's got. He's got these moves. He's mad that the monkey has been eaten. The ring leaves him. It's gone
because he's mad.
Because he's mad.
Then he's not the Heart Kid anymore, and he's just some random teenager.
Street thug.
Then he reverts back to his street thug days and his killer instinct.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he's still fighting a 6'4" alien rabbit lizard.
Yeah,
who can eat a monkey in one bite, apparently.
Holy crap!
He ain't making it.
You think that tongue would be pretty powerful? He could choke him with it or something. I don't know.
He probably could.
What? Do you know Monty is probably a younger Aladdin?
What?
No.
Think about it. He's a street urchin. He has a monkey companion.
That's true.
I mean, Aladdin, street urchin.
He's kind of got a magic genie, but it requires the assistance of 4 other kids.
Well, no, Gaia.
I wouldn't call Captain Planet a genie.
He had Gaia.
We don't really grant any wishes or anything.
But he is a blue-skinned magical being.
That's true. There are some similarities there.
Yeah, but he's not granting wishes. He's just wanting you to pick up a candy bar wrapper and put it in the trash can.
I'm gonna go with Gaia. Gaia had to somehow keep the hot kid alive because he didn't go live with somebody.
Yeah,
And she did give him the lamest power.
And she always was like, okay, you four go on this mission. Monty, stay here. So she pretty much just coddled him.
Would she intervene because she felt so bad of giving him such a lame power? Would she ever intervene in these matches? Would she come down and, I don't know. I don't even know what ability she
I bet that's like the black sheep of the family. She's like, God, I wish somebody would just take him out.
Well, here's my guess. Monty is probably not the first Heart Kid.
Yeah,
I bet she has lost 15 or 16 other Heart Kids, so she's trying to do better with Monty.
Maybe she'll come down and protect him as Jar Jar's about to deliver the lethal blow. She'll come down and electrocute him or something. I don't know.
Then that's outside interference, and that's not allowed.
I feel like
no run-ins from the back. That's how you get unprotected chair shots and unscripted moments.
Can she slide a steel bat to him or a aluminum bat or something under the cage somehow?
I'm gonna say that if Monty's the 15th Hawk Kid creation, like
iteration,
does it make sense that Willa, the fire person that gets the fire ring, is probably the one that has killed off all the Planeteers?
Yes. It definitely is.
And he has the 5 rings, and he conjures his own Captain Planet.
So he becomes Thanos.
The Thanos.
Yeah.
He Emerald Twilights him.
Yeah. And
he's got them all.
That Captain Planet is just like a giant douchebag.
James, go into a little detail on Emerald Twilight so that people understand the reference. That's in your wheelhouse.
So it is a Green Lantern storyline. It's one of the best Green Lantern storylines. But Hal Jordan kind of goes insane and kills the Lantern Corps and absorbs all of the Green Lantern's ability and pretty much just tries to eradicate the universe by essentially controlling all of the willpower in the world, or in the universe actually. It's a fantastic storyline.
Yeah, it's a huge heel turn.
Yeah, it's a really big, out of nowhere kind of. Nobody would have expected that from Hal. So
it was a really good unprotected chair shots.
Yeah.
In the death of Superman, Robot Superman destroys Coast City, and Hal Jordan tries to recreate it with his ring, and the Guardians are like, "Bro, that's selfish. You can't do that. You can't use the ring for that." So then he just starts killing Green Lanterns left and right and stealing all the rings.
Yep.
And they release Sinestro and send Sinestro to stop him. It's a wild story. It's good stuff.
I think he kills Sinestro.
I think he snaps his neck.
Yeah. And because Sinestro is talking about how no matter how much willpower he has, fear will always be the greatest thing, and then he snaps his neck like it's nothing. So it's Injustice Superman, but
yeah, kind of
with a Green Lantern instead.
That's a good comparison.
So I wonder if that was a maybe trial run for an Injustice series. Let's see how people react to this superhero who's always been a beacon of hope and always the one to be the comic sidekick, that kind of stuff, but never do anything outside of the moral good. And then you have Emerald Twilight.
So Emerald Twilight is, so you got the death of Superman, Emerald Twilight, and Oh my gosh, Nightfall, where Bane breaks Batman's back.
Mm-hmm.
All of that happens at the same time. So it's kind of like they were eliminating characters, maybe, because they introduced Superboy and who was the Green Lantern after Hal Jordan?
Guy Gardner.
Well, yeah, but I mean in the '90s, it was
Kyle Rayner.
Kyle Rayner. Yeah, so he gets at the very end of Emerald Twilight, he gets a ring, and then they introduced for Batman, of course, Sean Paul Valley, and then Dick Grayson. But it's it was just kind of an interesting period where DC was playing with moving on from their established characters, which I think is really stupid and risky. Great stories, but really risky. But anyway, what do you guys think about? Have you seen the trailer for Iron Claw?
Yes,
I
think it's going to be good. Like, I'm looking forward to it. I saw a couple of guys who do like primarily a wrestling podcast. They were talking about it, and they were like, "This is like just going off of the trailer, the most like mainstream wrestling movie that they've put out since possibly The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke." But like, if you don't know the story of the Von Erichs, like, you're going to go into this movie like, okay, this is, a feel-good kind of family, get into wrestling, like, movie. But if you know the story of the Von Erichs, like, you know how it's going to play out, and it's just interesting to see what aspects of that family story are they going to pull and put on film.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
I don't think it's going to be as heartbreaking or heart-wrenching as the
Dark Side of the Ring.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They still come out with new episodes of that. I've not seen it in a while.
Sometimes.
Vice went under, so they don't have a network anymore.
Oh.
They have some on Hulu randomly, but they still are making them.
Yeah, I don't know where they're getting released to, because they were getting released on Vice, but it went under. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be a good movie. Like,
Ric Flair is being played by a guy named Aaron Dean Eisenberg.
It's gonna be interesting how they portray the family as the deaths happen.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting.
Spoilers, Barry?
I mean, I'm betting the people who's gonna go watch that movie has probably knew about them.
That's probably true.
True. I mean,
if not, go watch The Dark Side of the Ring and then go watch the movie. At least you know at least the names and the players. But it's just gonna be interesting on how all that, because like the oldest boy, like, they still mysteries around how he actually died. So if it's a Hollywood movie, I'm betting it's gonna go more on the drug side than
for the youngest Von Erich.
No, the one that goes to Japan.
That's the oldest Von Erich.
That's what I said.
I thought you said the youngest.
Boy. No, I said the oldest boy. Are they going to play it up to be drugs or play it up as the intestinal
issues?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So because like the Dark Side of the Ring kind of held it as you could make your decision.
Yeah.
But Hollywood kind of doesn't like to let people make the decision, so they usually throw it out as, it's because of drugs. So that's going to be interesting just to see how they portrayed the deaths of the family.
Is this a A24 movie? Is that who's?
Yeah, I think so.
Then they kind of stick it to like, you make your own decision. They're not like, we're going to decide for you how you should feel on this. So
Well, it's still going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
It's
Casey, you should check it out if you've not seen it. It's about the Von Erich wrestling family.
The what is it?
The Iron Claw.
The Iron Claw. It's coming out soon, right? Like,
yeah, at the holidays.
okay.
Come, bring your family.
Von Erich. I remember them. They did an episode on Dark Side of the Ring about the Von Erichs.
Yeah, it's sad. It's a really sad story.
Yeah.
I think that's coming out around about December.
I'll have to watch it.
December 22nd is what IMDb's got it listed as.
Because the people that James was talking about, I think I sent it to our Instagram group, and they was like, "Yeah, come watch this wrestling movie around the holidays," which is not gonna be happy times.
No, it's not going to be happy at all.
But I think it puts to how much pressure the old school wrestlers was put under to succeed.
Well, with them, it was their dad more than anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the pressure's always going to be on at that stuff. So, but it's I still think it's probably it won't get the awards like it probably should because
Wrestling.
I mean, like I wouldn't say it wouldn't because I mean, there's not very many major blockbuster movies that are coming out, and in recent trends for like those movie awards, it's been the kind of not off the wall left field kind of stuff, but it's not the stereotypical boy meets girl like romance movies that are winning all those awards.
Well,
but I don't care about movie awards. I'll watch a movie if it piques my interest. I don't care if it won 7 Oscars or Golden Globes or Grammys or whatever. So I don't really care about award seasons.
I'm not saying that I care about the award season. I'm saying like it's awful that this is probably going to be the best movie out, and it's like all those other movies that should be in the running for something, and Hollywood blast it for not being the typical whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with Barry. I think wrestling is a subject that they don't like to take seriously. And I think it's hard to make a movie about wrestling without it being super, super stupid.
Like
so I think that's why we don't have more. Because there's some interesting stories.
There are, yeah.
So maybe if this is successful, they'll continue to adapt wrestling stories.
Maybe. I mean, A24, that studio, they've taken on some interesting movie choices in the past. So
I do remember like the movie The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. It won two Oscars. It was nominated for 2 Oscars. Best performance by an actor in a lead role, and best performance by an actress in a supporting role. But that was a good that was a good movie because it talked about how wrestlers like on the indie circle did not get had to work on days that they was pretty much gonna could die anytime. Because I think he had a heart attack and then decided to go back to work like a month after the heart attack because he needed to pay bills.
Yeah. It was a good movie, but I think that's the first time a movie about wrestling was really taken seriously.
Oh, you don't think Ready to Rumble was taken serious? Come on.
Well, in the 70s, Vern Gagne made a movie called The Wrestler, but I don't think anybody paid much attention to that. Ric Flair was in it.
Do you remember when we went out when we were like what were we 21, 22, and we were out hanging out with friends downtown, and we ran into that guy that looked absolutely like Mickey Rourke. And we kind of just palled around with him for a little bit. And we were like, we're going to go to this place. And he was like, all right, cool. I think I'm just going to stay here. And we're like, all right, bye. And parted ways.
No.
I kind of actually do. Because I think the place that we was going, you guys was going to drink some espressos.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean that was an espresso night.
And so yeah,
because we started out at the tap room and then we ended up at Flanagan's. So,
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna go watch it in theaters though. I think the next movie that I kind of want to go watch in theaters is the new DiCaprio movie that just came out.
Killer of the Osage Moon?
No, the Moonflowers is what it's called. Killer of the Moonflowers.
It's the Osage.
No.
Killer of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
Flower Moon.
But
yeah.
it's about the Osage tribe getting.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Getting taken advantage of.
But that just looks like a very, very good movie. But
yeah, that's got a very like Revenant feel to it.
Well, boys, this is about the end. Casey, you've been awful quiet, so you get the last word.
Hey, Bray, you go see that DiCaprio movie and report back to us. And I want a full review after you see it.
Full review.
I mean,
30 minutes at least.
So you want me to type up an essay about it?
A PowerPoint presentation. We want to deep dive into character analysis.
I think it rivals King Kong on the movie time.
Well, you have to do all the voices when you're telling us what happened too.
Yeah,
voices for each character, so we don't get confused.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah,
it's all gonna be Jar Jar Binks.
Every character.
Misa don't know when the Indians died. Misa Jar Jar Binks.
We're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, we're totally getting canceled.
Man, we're gonna cancel our show.
Well, if you do cancel,
been a fun ride, guys, but this is probably the end.
Well, if we get canceled, please go support me at Dr. Squatch.
We'll start a Patreon if we get canceled.
Well, I did notice, so I still have my link still works for Dr. Squatch.
Well, do you want to do a plug?
And they also have a women's section now. So, did not know this? It's still the Norman Club at the promo code for Dr. Squatch.
There you go.
And you get 10% off your first purchase.
Yep.
If you're smelling ripe, go to Dr. Squatch and get your promo code in, Norman Club, and then in a few business days, you'll be able to take a shower.
Yep.
They also have mega bricks now.
Yeah. We don't know what a mega brick is, but it's thick with 4 C's. So
we will know soon because I'm probably going to make an order.
Nice. You should do a review of that, too.
Yeah. At least 45 minutes.
I mean...
minimum.
Hold on. Let's see. I'll be back.
Did he leave?
Yep. He just left.
He'll be back.
I think he's starting his car. He's not coming back.
He's going to go rent a copy of Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you guys know that The Hunt for Red October came out in 1990?
I do. I do know that.
Yeah.
We had a long
1990 was a great year
for movies.
For movies, man. Like,
yeah,
I mean, fantastic.
Back to the Future 3 came out.
Ghost came out.
Ghost.
What was it? What's the Battleship movie, Andrew? Do you know?
The Battleship movie?
Yeah, it's like a submarine or something. What?
Oh, with the Russians.
Yeah.
But Sean Connery plays a Russian.
Yeah. What was it called?
I believe it was The Search for Blue September.
No, that doesn't sound right.
It's close though.
I certainly
Close.
don't know what you're talking about.
The Excursion for Fuchsia March.
No. Oh, that's right. The Hunt for Red October.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Barry, I've got one question for you. Oh, he's not listening.
He ain't back yet. No.
Hey
No,
Barry,
I'm back now. What?
what's your favorite scene in Teen Wolf?
Well, that's when Molly McFly dunks the ball. No, Casey. But we know what your favorite scene is when that dude drops Chow at the end of the movie.
Oh man, we had a whole conversation about this before we started recording.
Just like your favorite movie, 90s movie decade, or not decade, 90 movies year would be 1990s just for Ghost.
What can I say? I'm crazy about Swayze, man.
Avery's favorite movie, on the other hand, is Dirty Dancing.
Well, you don't put baby in the corner.
That's a fact. All right, Avery, what did you go get? Did you go get a brick of soap?
No, I was looking for my box of soap.
Is this Avery's junk?
Because I don't know where. Because I was going to show you my box of soap.
It's just little slivers of soap. He's like, this one ended in 1923. It was a lovely scent. Here's a rare form of Irish Springs.
But I cannot find my soap box.
I think that that might be a good thing to do in the future, but maybe we need to have that ready before we begin recording.
I'm just glad Avery didn't find a soapbox to stand on.
It's a little awkward when you're like, I'll be right back, and then you just leave.
We got to fill time. It's just awkward.
But I did see, after I was perusing Dr. Squatch, his webpage, they had some awesome Halloween soaps. Let's see if I can pull it back up.
It's probably not necessary to buy seasonal soaps.
I buy one for every season. Every season.
Well, I buy them because I just want to have the scent.
I want to smell like Halloween.
and so this one was.
I want to smell like Thanksgiving next month.
I want to smell like Arbor Day.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. That way, but you do you, boo. But
what does President's Day smell like?
It's like the one is called Brick of the Dead.
Is that made from real dead people, do you think?
Maybe. Gross. Werewolf Wash, Headless Rinse, and Count Sudzilla.
I think all of that sounds like something you should not buy. I think just some plain old regular soap will probably do at Halloween, just like it will at Christmas.
Yeah, but it won't have the cool, fun stuff on it.
I suppose.
Like you could have Liberty Lather. Let's see if that shows up. You got Stock Clean, Scrub Smash, and Divine Storm. So it's all superhero soaps.
Well, that has been Avery's new segment, Soaps with Avery. We hope you've enjoyed that. We have reached the end of tonight's episode, so we will be signing off. Avery, if the good folks want to email us with suggestions for Heart Kid Verses or topics or questions, how would they do that? Where would they email us at?
Wherever they want to.
Chinwag with Horsemen at gmail.com. Created by Avery Club. Created by Avery Club.
Or Andrew's feet pick at gmail.com.
Also, ironically created by Avery Club.
If you send it there, you might also get some feet pics.
Avery manages everybody's.
Which might, if you got a tip a little bit, because it's so hard to get Andrew to take feet pics.
It's true.
You gotta catch him when he's on vacation.
Wow.
So everybody brings the camera with him.
That's the only time that he's wearing sandals.
All right. I'm tired of talking about feet, especially Andrew's.
It's a hairy mess.
Yeah, it is.
It's like Michael J. Fox in Teen Wolf.
James, if the good folks want to see us on YouTube, how do they do that?
You go to YouTube and type in Chinwag with the Horsemen, and it'll pull us right up.
If you see Paul Giamatti, you've gone too far.
Exactly.
That's a hot mess right there.
And finally, the Hammer himself, Casey. If they want to talk to us on X that we never look at, how would they do that?
They go there. They go to @Chinwag Horseman, and they can X at us, and we will try to get back with you. Avery's also in charge of that, so we'll see.
Avery's our social media guy.
Yep.
No,
Thanks,
I don't do absolutely nothing on.
Just like every other regular social media person.
That's right. All right. For Chinwag with the Horseman, I'm Andrew.
I'm Mayberry.
I'm James.
And I'm Casey.
Thanks for listening.
Oh, is that my box of soap?